Well, good morning. Well, now that we're off the water and it is the next day, it is time to get Uber loaded up and take it to the machine shop and go ahead and get that problem fixed of us ripping the welds that you seen on the last video. So we're gonna load up the trailer, we're gonna load up Uber, and I'm also gonna go ahead and load up the forks for Uber just in case they can fix it today, because if they can, I'm supposed to be out at the 41.36 today with Uber to move around some sheathing. So hopefully they can get it fixed today, but it's not likely. But either way, Uber needs to get fixed. Let's get this trailer hooked up. It's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful day out here. This clear skies. It is a little nippy right now this morning though. So we're gonna go ahead and get Uber fired up. I just heard Ryder in the woods somewhere. So apparently he's hiding and watching me this morning. I went ahead and got all the attachments off the front. If you didn't catch the last video, these welds ripped off right here, and also the little tack welds they had on the front. So I got to get that bent back and welded, and also that other side's cracked as well. The factory welds were not that big and not that great. We're also gonna I'm also gonna go ahead and load the forks up on the trailer just in case they can go ahead and get this fixed today, and I can make it over to the 41.36. That way I don't have to come all the way back to Come On Mountain. right, we got her loaded, guys. Uber is on the move again. Got a lot of the weight right over the axle right there. That's the furthest I think it's ever been up there without an attachment on there. So we're squatting a little bit, but we're also in a hole, but I think we'll be all right. Thanks right here to old Drifting Dreamers, helping me out, make this a little quicker. He's actually headed over to the 41.36, but my butt's got to get on the road to the machine shop, and hopefully, guys, they can weld it while I'm there, and I can get Uber to the mountain to save their back.
Man, yeah, because we're gonna need that.
Yeah, a lot of heavy lifting today, guys. All right, let me grab a couple of gas cans and then we'll get on the road. Come on. All right, guys, got the gas can loaded up, Uber in the background. We're gonna back this thing up and get on the road. Well, guys, I've been striking out today. As you can see, Uber is still on the truck and I am at Harbor Freight. Apparently there is really no welders in my area, so I'm gonna go see if I can buy a welder and fix it myself. It's a torch setup, but I don't, if I gotta go fill bottles, I might as well just get some real bottles.
Yeah, because that's all we're gonna have. And as far as, did you need this guy or? Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I
decided
to go with the bigger one.
Yeah.
Where's your torch tips at? This one doesn't look like it.
All the torch tips and stuff we've got, it's gonna be all right here. That's all we're gonna have.
Yep. Whew, that was pricey, guys. $2,000. Whew. And I still got to get oxygen and acetylene. Yeah. It is what it is. That one stung a little bit, though, I'm not gonna lie, but it's something that's needed on the mountain, and the community also needs one as well, so it is what it is. Let's see if we can find oxygen and acetylene. Well, I got oxygen and acetylene and an oxygen and acetylene cart. I actually had to open an account with them because you cannot just buy an oxygen and acetylene bottle anymore. You have to lease them. So I had to lease the bottles for a year and get them filled up. So that right there was more money. And now I'm filling up all of the gas cans and the truck and Uber. Whew, it's been a day. $200 later. Let's get back to Come On Mountain. I'm tired of spending money. Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the mountain. Well, it's been a couple of days since we got all of the welding equipment to fix Uber. I've got it all out here right now. We're actually opening up everything. We got Mike over here hooking up the acetylene gauges right now. About to put the oxygen on there. We'll go ahead and get the torch set up. That's what we're going to need first. What we're going to do is go ahead and heat this up right here. Try to bend that back, get a nice tight gap here. Go ahead and tack it on both sides, and then we'll heat this part up right here, bend it back down, and then I'm going to weld all the way across because they just tacked it. That'll give it a little bit more strength. We also got it ripping right here, so we'll heat this up as well, bend that back down, and I will go ahead and weld all the way across here before these 3 little tacks break. And that should fix Uber. I'm very curious to see how the Vulcan 220 does. Bar Run Forge, old Troy over there says he uses this in a shop and he absolutely loves it, so I'm gonna give it a shot. All right guys, I'm gonna put y'all down for a minute while we get this thing set up, and let's see if we can get Uber back going on the mountain. Come on.
And a lot of people don't know that acetylene is reverse threads. A lot of times gas and natural gas and propane, sometimes those threads are going to be reversed instead of the typical righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
Let's go ahead and turn this on and see what this LED screen looks like.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's going to show.
Omni Pro 220 mixed. Okay.
We don't want MIG. We don't want flux core. We don't want stainless. We don't want the spool gun. We want stick.
Stick.
And he said it has real easy settings where you just kind of, no gas required. Confirm.
Oh, okay.
We're going to go with a 70 series because we're going to be running 7018.
Thickness.
Then it asks how thick. We're going with the 1/8.
Oh wow, I like this.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know, we'll find out here in a minute.
We will. All right guys, let's get to it. And if you guys don't know, definitely never ever look directly at the tip of this welder. It will blind you guys. I learned that lesson early on.
In Zephyr Hills.
In Zephyr Hills, that's right. It will cause you to really mess up your eyes.
Oh yeah, that's all I needed to see. Make sure we had arc. Probably gonna have to turn the heat up a little bit, but it'll work. First thing that we're gonna need to do is get the torch, get it fired up, and actually heat this up and get it bent back.
Safety glasses. And I do need to adjust.
Yes. It's been a while since I've set one of these.
Woohoo, fire, fire.
Fire! Las Vegas! And what you're looking for when you're setting a torch, those little blue, dark blue right there, you want them to be as sharp as possible. After you hit your trigger.
How many years has it been?
A lot.
Oh, there you go. A little more fuel for the fire. Not hot enough yet. He said he needed a real hammer, guys.
Yeah, that little one ain't gonna work.
Woo! Almost in the middle. Woo, that's getting close. Oh yeah.
Come on. All right, now that we got that gap closed, I'm gonna go ahead and tack it on about 4 points around, and then go ahead and weld that side off real good, and then we'll put that little stiffener plate back up in there and kind of tack it, and then we'll weld that all the way across top and bottom. Then we'll go ahead and jump on over to the other side and see if we can't close this side up a little bit also. And I'm definitely gonna have to put some paint on there afterwards because it will rust and stuff. I don't have no red, unfortunately, but I think I got like some maroon type color for that'll work for right now.
Donning the armor.
Come on. All right, let's see if we can get some welding happening up here. I'll give her a little more juice. That is mighty cold.
What do you think about it so far? Passed an inspection?
Yeah, I don't really have enough power for these 1/8 to be honest. Feels like it's burning a little bit cold, but I should be able to make it work without having to go find the other rods and hooking the 220 up. We'll make it do what it do, Captain.
Trying to get a good angle without looking at that rod. Sorry guys, it's dangerous for the eye to get over there right on there. I've been covering my eyes and trying to put the camera in a good spot.
All right, I decided to go ahead and get the smaller rods, the 3/32 instead of the 1/8. I'm thinking that'll allow me to penetrate the steel a little bit better and get a better weld in there. There's a lot of weight that depends on this little connection right here. Definitely a lot better, guys. I can get a lot more penetration. All right, I'll put my safety glasses on. I'm gonna need to do some chipping, and then I'm probably gonna go ahead and re-weld everything with this 3/32.
The old chipping hammer, chip away.
I used to be good enough not to need a chipping hammer. That was many moons ago.
And I believe, if I'm not wrong, what that chipping doing is knocking off all the slag so you can see the weld a little better.
Well, so you can see the weld and also get a good bond whenever you make your next pass. Oh yeah, definitely better. Definitely better. I got a big old booger right here, because if you look, it's actually split right there. So I was just trying to get something in there. I'll grind that down right there. Or hot rod it.
What do you mean by hot rod it?
Hot rodding means if you don't have a torch available, you can turn your heat up a little bit with your welding rod and kind of go over it and heat up that whole little knot and turn it liquefied, and then it'll just drop off.
Ah,
it ain't
okay.
the prettiest thing. I don't really care if this is that pretty. I just want it to be strong. And apparently Eclipse does not like me over here welding.
So next up on the list, we're going to be putting the extra little guard plate back on.
The little kicker.
Little kick plate. As you can see, the kick plate is gone from here. Looks like it's going to go something like that. That jugger's hot.
Yep.
You want me to hold it with a chipping hammer up there?
No. Putting some little tacks on it for right now.
get it tacked up there nice and tight, and then you can throw the weld all the way across. So now that you got them tacked across, you're gonna put a bead across the top and the bottom?
Yeah, I got one more tack over here on the end to do. And then I'll probably put a little bit better one on both ends because they're real small. That way it doesn't try to, because when you heat, you know, not only does it rise, but it also try to expand in metal and stuff, and it'll heat it up and warp it, and it'll pop those tacks.
Huh.
So you gotta have good tacks throughout before you try to take a bead all the way across.
Okay, okay.
Or else it'll just bust those little tacks, and then you'll have to heat it back up, bend it back down.
And now we're working in circles.
Exactly. So far the welder's doing all right. It's gonna take me a little bit of getting used to getting the settings and stuff right. These smaller 3/32 rods right here is definitely the trick on 110. I'm sure on 220, being that it'll have a lot more weight, it'll be a lot better, or a lot more power. It'll be run those bigger rods a lot better, but I don't feel like bringing my big generator over here and dealing with all of that right now. Eclipse.
All right, and close the eyes.
Not too bad.
That looks real good. Look at that bead, guys.
I wouldn't say real good. That's actually pretty dang ugly for me. But
no.
For as long as it's been and using a new welder, it could be worse, I promise you. I guarantee you one thing though, that will hold.
What?
Without a doubt. Now let's go ahead and get all this cleaned up, and let's see if it will actually work and everything lines up like it's supposed to. That's always the big scary part.
Next step, next step.
All right guys, I got some Rust-Oleum primer right here. It's not quite red, but it's maroonish. We're gonna put that on there. I'll end up getting some Mahindra red before it's over with and kind of paint it so it looks good again. But you definitely got to paint this stuff or else it will rust up with raw metal. I'm sure my brother's laughing at me right now how ugly my welds look. A little rusty. A little rusty.
Give him a break, Uncle Ray. Give him a break.
New welder, brother. New welder. Not quite enough power, but it'll work.
I see what you mean, how it's not quite red, but it's not bad. It's not a bad blend.
Nah. Working with what I got. This is just a primer anyways. Still a little hot.
Yeah, I could see the smoke coming off when the paint hits it. Good job. Okay. It's a little dark in there, guys. Can't really see. See a little bit better on that one.
So basically we got a little bit of red and brown. Kind of looks like hazel. Come on. All right, now that we got it painted, let's try to put the forks on and see what happens. Well, that was a fun little project, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It was tweaked just a little bit. I think there was a little bit of bending that went on up there, but we was able to get it on there and locked down. So hopefully now once we add some weight, like the water tote over there for the drifting dreamers, it should level everything out. The two little pistons and stuff that control that is independent with the way the design is and stuff, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. But I think that's going to be about it for us today, guys. We have got Uber back up and going, so now I can get some stumps dug up and get a whole lot more work done around here. So until we see each other again, guys, come on, let's go on another adventure.